This is Quality Assured Films.
Moving on with our best of 2019, up next is a surprise hit for me, at least. I don't know about you, we'll find out. Jojo Rabbit.
Uh-huh.
Here's Master Jojo. You're a top man. Prepare to leave the house.
Today you boys will be involved in such activities as war games, ambush techniques, and blowing stuff up.
I don't think I can do this.
Was? Of course you can.
What'd you think of Jojo?
It was fine. It was okay.
Okay.
It was all over the place with the tone.
Yeah.
Which was extremely off-putting. Because 1 minute there'd be a tap dancing, and then the next minute there'd be a hanging.
Oh my god, I know.
It was... What? Talk about whiplash.
Yes.
When I was your age, I had an imaginary friend. Got me in so much trouble.
Kids, it's time to burn some books!
Taika Waititi.
Yes, he directed this.
And he played Hitler.
When this movie first came out, there was a lot of people that were like, why are we making a movie about Nazis and Hitler being cool?
Well, he was interviewed and he was like, well, I'm Jewish and I'm a person of color, and this is the biggest fuck you I could think of.
Yeah.
So I was like, yeah, I'm down for that.
It worked. It worked. It really did.
Called up to, we really love the script, we want to make it, but we're only interested in doing it if you play Hitler, which was just ridiculous. I mean, I'm definitely not the obvious choice. Look at me.
I feel like it was pretty much just, the overall story was essentially a little, you know, children are susceptible to whatever the fuck you feed them, you know, whatever propaganda you give them.
Right.
And in this case, it happened to be Germany, Hitler, the horrible shit of being a Nazi. And this kid just ate it up and he fucking spit it out the same. So he created this make-believe friend, which was Hitler. But as the movie progresses and he starts to question what he's learned, you start to see Hitler change a little bit. You start to see him kind of like fighting to exist, if you will, and then eventually just gone by the end of the film.
There was that very cathartic moment where he fucking drop kicks him out the window and says, fuck you, Hitler.
Yes.
Hard not to like that.
Fuck off, Hitler.
It was funny. It made me laugh. I liked it. I liked what it was going for, like you were just saying, like showing that to the average German citizen, like that's kind of one of the horrors of Nazi Germany, is that to the average German citizen, things were normal.
Right, yeah.
And that's the horrifying part about it.
Right.
Is that there wasn't barbarism in the streets of Germany. It was all away from the citizens.
Yep.
And the propaganda completely brainwashed them. The Nazi Party normalized all these horrific things. And so you could see how easy it could be to turn a blind eye to them.
Yeah.
And so they're kind of saying like, oh, well, to a kid, he's just happy that he gets to wear a uniform.
Right. It's like Eagle Scouts, if you will.
Right. Meanwhile, they're throwing hand grenades.
Yeah.
The part that throws me off is that he adds in some really goofy shit. This is what I'm talking about, the tone, the shift, the wild shift in tone. Because when serious things do start happening, you think back to, wait, there was a scene in which there were a bunch of clone children like playing on the Boys from Brazil conspiracy theory, which is like played for a laugh. Then like the Allies storm into town and there's just carnage.
I know, yeah, you're like following him
and like the clone kids are running out into battle, and it's like, this doesn't match up because I'm supposed to be feeling the futility and horrors of war, but then Rebel Wilson is putting a hand grenade into the belt of a clone and go out there, shoving him out and
hug a soldier or whatever.
Oh yeah. And then his little buddy has a paper uniform.
Yes.
And he's like, yeah, it doesn't hold up very well. It's really stiff, and it's like made out of cardboard.
Yep.
And then he like drops a rocket launcher, and the missile goes off and blows a building up. Because it shows like little 10-year-old kids hauling a rocket launcher around.
Yep.
Go here? Oh God.
It doesn't. That clashes like too much. It makes sense when they're sheltered. To these kids, they're just goofing around because they're not in battle. But once the battle gets to them, I feel that the goofiness should end when they're confronted with reality.
Right. Yeah. But no, it doesn't.
But it doesn't, and that is what creates that dissonance.
Okay.
Yeah.
You're growing up too fast. 10-year-olds shouldn't be celebrating war and talking politics.
Heil Hitler. I wish more of our young boys had your blind fanaticism.
Scarlett Johansson was also in this film, which we talked about with Marriage Story. I really like their relationship, the dynamic that they had, because he's all gung-ho about, like, you know, I need to report anyone I see, including a Jewish person. You know, I need to do this, Hitler army, blah, 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 you know. And the mom's like, oh, really, the Hitler army, you know. But they're always, like, playing on each other. And then, of course, you find out...
Which is foreshadowing.
Right. That she's on the other side, really. Like, she's not really giving into this Hitler stuff, which that leads to a very fucking dark, and kind of what you're saying, the tone, we won't say exactly what it is, but that's a fucking dark scene that is just not, I don't feel, that should not be in this film.
It was heartbreaking.
Yeah.
And that's exactly what I'm saying.
Right.
That does not match up with the things that are happening.
Yep.
Nothing makes sense anymore. Yeah, I know. It's definitely not a good time to be a Nazi.
I thought it was funny that he keeps offering the kids cigarettes. Like, he's like, you know...
Oh, yeah. Him as Hitler and their interactions together as, like, Calvin and Hobbes, basically, is hilarious.
Yeah.
Let them say whatever they want. People used to say a lot of nasty things about me. Oh, this guy's a lunatic. Oh, look at that psycho. He's gonna get us all killed.
So what would you give Jojo Rabbit? An approved?
I would approve it, but it just wasn't one of my favorites because that dissonance was really off-putting.
Yeah. Yeah.
I still liked it, but that took it down for me.
I would agree with that too. So check it out, Jojo Rabbit.
Quality approved.
This is Quality Assured Films.
Wahre Liebe gibt es nur im Wunderland und in Träumen, die man nicht versteht.